After the age of 60, every single bite of food matters more than ever before. Your heart, your brain, your joints, even your eyesight, all depend on the choices you make at the dinner table. And while fish is praised as the ultimate health food, the shocking truth is that some of the most popular fish in America are actually silent killers. Studies have uncovered that they're loaded with mercury, dangerous industrial chemicals, and hidden toxins that can accelerate aging, weaken your bones, and raise your risk of memory loss or even dementia. Seniors across the U.S. are eating these fish every week without realizing the danger. The scariest part? Doctors say the damage can build up quietly for years before striking suddenly in the form of heart disease, strokes, or crippling joint pain. But here's the good news. Not all fish are dangerous. In fact, a handful of affordable, everyday fish are proven to protect your arteries, strengthen your brain, and add years of energy and independence to your life. These are the fish that nutritionists beg seniors to eat regularly. Yet most people have no idea which ones they are. So today, we're going to reveal the 4 fish you must avoid immediately, and then the 4 fish you should eat every single day. After 60. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what belongs on your plate and what you should never let near your kitchen again. Number 4. Tilapia. It looks innocent. It's cheap, always on sale, and many seniors pick it up thinking it's the safe and healthy choice. But tilapia is one of the most misleading foods on the market and one of the worst fish you can eat after 60. The reason is simple but disturbing. Almost all tilapia in the U.S. comes from industrial fish farms overseas, where standards are shockingly poor. Undercover reports have shown tilapia raised in overcrowded ponds filled with waste, where the fish are pumped full of antibiotics just to survive. In some cases, investigators discovered the fish being fed ground-up animal byproducts and even sewage runoff. That's what ends up on the dinner table. But the danger isn't just about farming conditions. Tilapia has one of the worst fat profiles of any fish. People expect fish to be rich in omega-3s, the fatty acids that protect the brain, heart, and joints. Instead, tilapia is packed with omega-6 fats, which drive inflammation inside the body. For seniors, inflammation is the silent enemy. It worsens arthritis pain, stiffens joints, damages blood vessels, and raises the risk of heart attacks and strokes. In fact, a study once compared the inflammatory potential of eating tilapia to eating bacon or a greasy burger. That's how backwards it really is. And yet tilapia has been marketed as a healthy option for years. Hospitals, nursing homes, and senior meal plans often include it because it's inexpensive and easy to cook. But what they don't tell you is that regular consumption of tilapia can actually speed up the very problems older adults are fighting against: weaker bones, reduced immunity, higher cholesterol, and memory decline. It is one of the cheapest fish for a reason, and that reason should keep it far from your plate. Number 3. Farmed salmon. When most people hear salmon, they immediately think of one of the healthiest foods on earth, packed with omega-3s and recommended by doctors everywhere. But the shocking truth is that not all salmon is created equal, and if you're over 60, eating the wrong kind could silently poison your body. The danger lies in farmed salmon, which makes up more than 70% of the salmon sold in U.S. supermarkets and restaurants. Unlike wild salmon, which swim freely in clean cold waters, farmed salmon are raised in tightly packed pens in coastal waters, where thousands of fish are crammed together. This unnatural environment breeds disease, parasites, and infections, so severe that the fish are routinely pumped with antibiotics and chemical treatments just to survive. These chemicals don't just disappear. Residues can remain in the flesh, ending up on your plate. Even worse, because farmed salmon are fed an unnatural diet of processed pellets made from soy, grains, and sometimes even chicken byproducts, their nutritional profile is completely altered. Instead of the clean, anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats found in wild salmon, farmed salmon are loaded with unhealthy omega-6 fats and even traces of dangerous contaminants like PCBs, industrial chemicals linked to cancer, immune dysfunction, and developmental issues. Research published in the journal Science found that farmed salmon contained levels of PCBs so high that experts warned frequent consumption posed real health risks. For seniors, this is devastating because these toxins build up in fat tissue. and accumulate over time, quietly attacking the heart, weakening the immune system, and raising the risk of memory decline and Alzheimer's disease. Another shocking fact: the bright orange color of farmed salmon is not natural. It is literally added with synthetic dyes, because without it the fish would be a sickly gray due to their unnatural diet. Yet it is sold in stores with labels that make it sound premium, even sustainable. Seniors who believe they are making the healthiest choice for their heart and brain may unknowingly be consuming a product that accelerates inflammation, clogs arteries, and increases their risk of chronic disease. If you are over 60, farmed salmon is not the protective food you think it is. It is a toxic trap dressed in pink, one that could slowly steal your health while you believe you're doing the right thing. Number 2. King mackerel. King mackerel is a fish that many seniors have eaten their whole lives, often grilled, smoked, or canned, believing it's just another affordable source of protein from the sea. But behind its shiny skin lies one of the most dangerous secrets in the seafood aisle. This fish is absolutely loaded with mercury. King mackerel consistently ranks among the very highest mercury-containing fish in the world, and mercury is a toxin that especially devastates older bodies. Unlike other contaminants, mercury does not leave quickly. It accumulates in the brain, the heart, the kidneys, and the bones over time, creating silent damage that only shows itself years later. For seniors, the risks are devastating: memory loss, confusion, tremors, weakened bones, higher blood pressure, and even an increased risk of heart attack and stroke. In fact, the FDA and EPA have placed king mackerel on the official do not eat list for pregnant women, children, and older adults because of its extreme mercury levels. Yet it still appears in markets, and some restaurants even serve it without warning customers. The danger is especially high after 60 because the brain is more vulnerable to toxins, and mercury has been directly linked to faster cognitive decline, dementia, and loss of independence. Seniors who eat king mackerel even once a week may be unknowingly building up mercury levels high enough to impair their memory and coordination. To make matters worse, king mackerel is often mistaken for other types of mackerel that are much safer. So many older adults don't even realize what they're buying. The truth is that no amount of cooking, boiling, or grilling can remove mercury from the flesh of this fish. Once it's inside, it stays, and with every bite, you add more of this heavy metal into your system. For someone in their 60s or 70s, that could be the difference between staying mentally sharp or losing precious years of clarity and independence. King mackerel may look like a hearty, healthy catch from the ocean, but in reality, it's one of the worst traps waiting on your dinner plate, and it has no place in the diet of anyone over 60 who wants to protect their brain, heart, and bones. Number 1. Swordfish. Swordfish is considered a delicacy in many restaurants, often presented as a thick, meaty steak from the sea. But for seniors, it is without question one of the most dangerous fish you could ever eat. The reason is its extreme mercury content, even higher than king mackerel. Swordfish are massive predators that live long lives at the top of the ocean food chain, which means they accumulate staggering amounts of mercury and other heavy metals from every smaller fish they consume. By the time swordfish lands on your plate, it is essentially a toxic sponge, with mercury levels so high that the FDA has repeatedly warned against its consumption, especially for children, pregnant women, and adults over 60. What makes this particularly dangerous for seniors is that mercury attacks the nervous system and brain first, impairing memory, balance, and coordination, the very abilities that older adults fight hardest to protect. Eating swordfish regularly can accelerate cognitive decline, increase the risk of dementia, and trigger tremors or neuropathy that make everyday tasks more difficult. But that's not the only risk. Mercury also damages the heart and blood vessels, raising blood pressure, thickening artery walls, and increasing the chances of a sudden stroke or heart attack. Studies have found that people with high mercury exposure are significantly more likely to die of cardiovascular disease, and swordfish is one of the fastest ways to push your mercury exposure beyond safe limits. The worst part is that swordfish is often marketed as a high-quality, premium option, something special to order for a nice dinner or a holiday meal. Seniors who believe they're treating themselves to a healthy gourmet choice may actually be swallowing one of the most toxic meals possible. Unlike smaller fish that grow quickly and stay low on the food chain, swordfish can weigh hundreds of pounds and live for decades, which is exactly why they are so dangerous to eat. No amount of seasoning, marinating, or cooking can reduce the mercury inside swordfish. It is embedded in the flesh. For anyone over 60, a single swordfish steak can deliver mercury levels far beyond what the body can safely handle, and repeated consumption builds up to levels that can permanently damage the brain and heart. Swordfish might look like the king of the ocean, but on the dinner plate, it is nothing more than a time bomb for seniors. One that could rob you of years of health, independence, and sharpness before you even realize what happened. We've just uncovered the 4 worst fish that seniors over 60 should never touch. And the picture is clear. Some of the most common choices in stores and restaurants are actually loaded with hidden toxins, mercury, and dangerous fats that can slowly destroy your health. Tilapia, farmed salmon, king mackerel, swordfish, they might look safe on the plate, but inside they carry risks that silently attack your heart, your brain, and your bones. And here's the frightening part. Many seniors who think they're eating healthy are actually making things worse without even realizing it. But there's another side to this story. Not all fish are dangerous. In fact, some of the smallest, cleanest, and most affordable fish can actually become your greatest defense against aging. These fish are packed with brain-boosting omega-3s, bone-strengthening minerals, and protective antioxidants that can help you stay sharp, active, and independent for years longer. If you've ever wondered which fish truly deserve a place on your plate, get ready, because now we reveal the 4 best fish that seniors over 60 should eat every single day. Number 4, sardines. After hearing about those dangerous, toxin-filled fish, you might be wondering if there are any safe choices left. The truth is, some fish are not just safe, they are absolute superfoods for seniors, and one of the best examples is sardines. Unlike giant predators such as swordfish or king mackerel, sardines are tiny, fast-growing fish that live short lives at the very bottom of the food chain. This means they do not have time to accumulate mercury or heavy metals in their bodies. Instead, they stay remarkably clean and safe, making them one of the purest sources of ocean nutrition available. But what really makes sardines powerful is their nutrient density. Ounce for ounce, sardines pack more omega-3 fatty acids than almost any other fish, and these healthy fats are proven to protect the heart, reduce inflammation, and keep the brain sharp well into old age. For seniors, omega-3s are critical. They help prevent blood clots, lower the risk of strokes, ease arthritis pain, and even improve memory and focus. Sardines are also one of the rare foods naturally rich in vitamin D, which is essential for bone strength. After 60, the body produces less vitamin D from sunlight, and deficiencies become common, leading to fractures, osteoporosis, and weaker muscles. Just one small can of sardines can provide almost half the daily requirement of vitamin D, helping to keep bones and joints strong. And because sardines are usually eaten whole, including the soft, edible bones, they provide an extra boost of calcium that directly supports bone health. This makes them a perfect food for preventing the frailty and falls that many older adults fear. On top of that, sardines are high in vitamin B12, which supports nerve function and protects against the fatigue and memory decline that many seniors experience. Another overlooked benefit of sardines is their affordability and convenience. They are sold canned, meaning no cooking is required, and they are among the cheapest fish you can buy. Yet their nutrient profile rivals or even surpasses expensive seafood like salmon. For seniors on a budget, this makes sardines a priceless ally for maintaining independence, mobility, and long-term health. They may not look glamorous, but inside each little fish is a powerhouse of nutrients that fight inflammation, strengthen bones, and fuel the brain. If you are over 60 and want a reliable, safe, and powerful food to support your health, sardines deserve a regular place on your plate. Number 3. Wild-caught salmon. Unlike its farmed counterpart, wild-caught salmon is one of the most powerful allies for seniors who want to stay strong, sharp, and independent after 60. The difference between the two is night and day. Wild salmon swim freely in clean, cold waters, feeding on their natural diet of smaller fish and marine life, which gives them an extraordinary nutritional profile that factory-raised salmon simply cannot match. Their flesh is naturally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, the heart protective oils that reduce inflammation, keep arteries flexible, and lower the risk of deadly clots. For seniors, these omega-3s are not just a bonus, they are a lifeline. They help lower blood pressure, support circulation, reduce joint pain, and improve memory function, all of which are crucial to maintaining quality of life in older age. Wild salmon is also an excellent source of high-quality protein that supports muscle maintenance, something that becomes harder after 60 when muscle mass naturally declines. Staying strong physically means greater mobility, fewer falls, and more independence in daily life. But that's not all. Wild salmon is loaded with antioxidants, especially astaxanthin, the pigment that gives the fish its deep red-orange color. Astaxanthin has been shown in studies to protect the eyes from age-related macular degeneration, keep skin healthy, and defend cells against oxidative stress that accelerates aging. Seniors who include wild salmon in their diet are effectively fueling their bodies with some of the strongest natural anti-aging compounds available, and unlike farmed salmon, which is often contaminated with antibiotics and synthetic dyes, wild salmon is clean and pure. It contains fewer calories, more minerals like potassium and selenium, and none of the dangerous residues that make farmed salmon such a health hazard. Choosing wild salmon over farmed isn't just a small improvement. It's the difference between protecting your heart and brain or slowly damaging them. For seniors who want to preserve their health, a serving of wild salmon a couple of times a week can make a dramatic difference in energy, mood, and long-term wellness. This is the kind of fish that belongs on your plate, not just for its flavor, but because it is truly medicine from the ocean, designed by nature to keep you thriving well past 60. Number 2. Anchovies. Anchovies are often thought of as just a salty topping on pizza, but for seniors over 60, they are one of the most underrated and powerful health foods you can eat. Like sardines, anchovies are tiny, fast-growing fish that live at the very bottom of the food chain, which means they don't accumulate dangerous levels of mercury or toxins. Instead, they stay clean and pure, while packing a nutritional punch that rivals much larger and more expensive fish. Anchovies are exceptionally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, the essential fats that protect the heart, reduce blood pressure, and keep arteries flexible. For seniors, this is life-changing. Omega-3s lower the risk of heart attack and stroke, ease arthritis pain, and help maintain memory and cognitive sharpness well into old age. In fact, studies show that people who regularly eat small, oily fish, like anchovies, have lower rates of dementia and live longer, healthier lives. But the benefits of anchovies go even further. These little fish are one of the best natural sources of calcium and phosphorus, two minerals that are critical for strong bones. After 60, bone density naturally declines, making fractures and falls more dangerous. Eating anchovies, bones and all, delivers a boost of bone-strengthening minerals that can help seniors stay mobile and independent. Anchovies are also packed with protein, selenium, and vitamin B12, which support muscle strength, energy levels, and a healthy nervous system. Unlike many supplements that seniors take, anchovies provide these nutrients in a natural, highly absorbable form. What makes anchovies even more practical is how versatile and affordable they are. Sold canned or jarred, they are easy to add to salads, pasta, or vegetables, instantly boosting the flavor and nutrition of any meal. They are inexpensive, widely available, and require no cooking, making them a perfect everyday choice for seniors who want to protect their health without spending a fortune. Don't be fooled by their small size. Anchovies deliver a concentrated dose of the exact nutrients older adults need most. For those over 60, adding anchovies to the weekly diet isn't just a good idea. It's one of the smartest moves you can make for your heart, brain, and bones. Number 1. Herring. Herring may not get the same attention as salmon or tuna, but for seniors over 60, it stands out as one of the single best fish you can eat for long-term health and vitality. Traditionally eaten in Europe and Scandinavia, for centuries, herring is a small, oily fish that lives low on the food chain, which means it remains free from the heavy mercury contamination that plagues larger species. Instead, herring is naturally clean and extraordinarily rich in the very nutrients seniors need most. It is one of the densest sources of omega-3 3 fatty acids in the world, containing levels that even surpass many other popular fish. For older adults, this means powerful protection for the heart, lowering triglycerides, stabilizing heart rhythm, reducing dangerous inflammation, and cutting the risk of sudden heart attack or stroke. At the same time, those omega-3s shield the brain from age-related decline, keeping memory sharper and reducing the risk of dementia. Seniors who regularly eat herring often report not only better energy, but also clearer thinking and a calmer mood, thanks to the direct impact of these fats on brain chemistry. Herring is also a rare natural source of vitamin D, a nutrient that becomes harder to obtain after 60 when the body's ability to produce it from sunlight decreases. Vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption and bone strength, helping to prevent osteoporosis, fractures, and the dangerous falls that threaten independence in older age. A single serving of herring can provide nearly a full day's worth of vitamin D, making it an invaluable food for seniors who struggle with deficiencies. Alongside vitamin D, herring contains selenium, which boosts immune defenses, and vitamin B12, which supports healthy nerves and prevents the fatigue and brain fog so common in later life. Another advantage is that herring, like sardines and anchovies, is often eaten whole, including the soft bones, which gives an extra dose of calcium and phosphorus for skeletal strength. Practical and affordable, herring can be found canned, pickled, or smoked, and it remains one of the least expensive sources of premium nutrition. It may not have the glamour of a salmon fillet in a restaurant, but it delivers far greater value when it comes to protecting health after 60. Adding herring to your diet, even just twice a week, can dramatically strengthen the heart, sharpen the mind, and keep bones resilient. For seniors who want to extend both lifespan and health span, herring isn't just a good choice. It is the #1 fish you should rely on to stay strong, sharp, and independent well into your later years. We've now revealed the full picture, the 4 fish you should never touch after 60, and the 4 that can truly transform your health and extend your independence. On one side, we saw the silent dangers of tilapia, farmed salmon, king mackerel, and swordfish, fish that hide mercury, toxins, and inflammation inside every bite. On the other side, we uncovered the incredible power of sardines, wild salmon, anchovies, and herring, small, clean, nutrient-packed fish that strengthen the heart, protect the brain, and keep your bones solid well into your golden years. The difference between these two groups is the difference between slow decline and vibrant longevity. And here's the truth most people don't want to face. What ends up on your plate today decides the strength of your body tomorrow. Every meal is either fueling disease or building protection. If you are over 60, you can no longer afford to guess. You must know which foods work for you and which ones work against you. So now the choice is yours. Will you keep eating the same fish that quietly attack your health from the inside? Or will you turn to the smaller, cleaner, smarter options that nature designed to keep you alive, sharp, and strong? Seniors across the country are waking up to this truth, and the ones who make the switch are proving that aging doesn't have to mean weakness or decline. It can mean strength, clarity, and independence if you choose wisely. What do you think? Have you been eating the wrong fish without realizing it? And which of the 4 healthy choices do you want to add to your meals this week? Share your thoughts below, because your experience might help another senior avoid a dangerous mistake. And if you found this eye-opening, subscribe for more life-saving senior health tips. Remember, it's never too late to make a change, but the sooner you start, the stronger your future will be.